Welcome to the Life Doula Podcast, where we explore the profound journeys of love, loss, and life transformation. I'm your host, Charity, and today we have a deeply moving episode that I believe will resonate with many of you. Today's episode is not just about hardship, but about enduring love, unwavering strength, and the incredible journey of one man who faced life's toughest challenges head on. We're honored to have with us a special guest who not only cared for his beloved wife during her battle with cancer, but also prepared his children for the unimaginable, and now continues to honor her memory by raising her children with love and resilience. Our conversation today delves into the raw and real moments of becoming a love giver, the emotional roller coaster of watching a loved one fight an illness, and finding ways to heal and thrive in the wake of loss. This man's story is a testament to the power of love and the human spirit, even in the face of profound sorrow. So, whether you're a love giver or someone who has faced loss or simply in need of inspiration today, this episode is for you. Get ready to be moved, but to find hope and gain insights that could change the way you view life's toughest moments. I'm very excited today because our guest is a friend, but this is the first time we're meeting in person. A friend because we have been in touch because of his wife, and even after the loss, we've really gotten in touch in many different levels. So today, let's welcome attorney Don Kapunan. Welcome, Don.
Thank you, Charity. Yeah, you're right. It's the first time that I actually saw you in person.
Yes.
But you know this feeling na parang ang tagal mo nang kakilala yung tao.
Yes,
Parang ganun ang
yes.
pakiramdam ko ngayon.
Oo, because ano ako marites. Paminsan-minsan I checked on him and the kids, and because I know he really supports the cancer community. Every once in a while I reach out to him. Can you share with us what it was like when you first received your wife's diagnosis?
Oh, I still vividly recall that, Charity. It was 2014. Ana kasi, ano siya, di ba? Meron siyang medical background din. When she first brought up about her diagnosis, I was, as in all people perhaps faced with the same situation, I was shocked.
Yeah.
We talked about it, kami munang dalawang mag-asawa, na nag-agree kami that we will do everything within our means to fight off the dreaded C. And then after that, it's the children, because we have 3 kids, by the way, and in my perception back then, we had to involve also the kids
Tama naman.
on
Yeah,
how
yeah.
to, as I've said, how to navigate the situation that we're in as a family.
Tama naman. That's a lot of people would tend to shield the kids.
Yeah.
But I think really getting them involved is also fair for them to know, right?
Yes,
I mean,
definitely.
just the right amount of information to give them. What initial steps did you take to process and respond to the diagnosis of Anna?
Well, I trusted Anna in regard to the medical side of things. No, I felt at that time that she was well equipped because she had also a medical
Yeah.
background, right? She's a nurse, and she also had a stint in medical school. I figured, Charity, sabi ko, I have to take care of the emotional side of our family. No, and also the finances.
Yeah.
Because that's the role of a dad, of a husband. So I felt I have to cover the bases insofar as the emotional aspect and the financial aspect of our family back then. As to your question, how did I process it? Well, it was a tough one. It was a tough one, really. Uh, I recall there were times that I was driving alone, and then I would cry myself out while driving or in the shower.
Yeah, the shower is the safest place to
Yes,
cry,
yes.
no? Kasi
Safest.
you can say, soap got into my eyes, kaya
True.
mapula.
At that time, of course, you have to, as the padre de familia, you have to put up a brave front, not because you want to impress upon people that you're strong. Not that. You have to be strong.
Yeah. Wala kang choice.
Wala kang choice.
Yeah.
Really.
I just want to capture that point that when a person is diagnosed with cancer, the family is involved, right? And Attorney Don mentioned two roles. What kind of emotional support will I give my wife? And how will I now plan for the finances, no? These are the different aspects of the cancer journey that a lot of times people do not take into account. Like
Yes.
there are roles that needs to be played by family members, and there is the practical side which is very important, which is
Sure.
the financial,
Yes,
di ba?
yes, yes.
Kasi we all know that this disease can really deplete your bank account, right?
Correct.
So, but you were working while she was diagnosed. So, um, how did your role evolve? So you were saying, as a father, your padre de familia equals I'm the provider. But now you have a new role as a love giver of your wife who is sick. How did that change your routine and all of that?
Cha, when one is diagnosed with cancer, your priorities change, right? I thought very well as to how I can possibly keep up with the needs of Anna back then in terms of emotional support as well. The way I handled it is that may clean na lang yung oras diba? It's always about the time that you
Time and the memories.
yes, the memories that you have to spend with your outlook in life drastically change when you experience something drastic like this. And sabi ko na lang sa sarili ko, well, if there will come a time that one of us have to leave, I have to make every day count.
That's true.
And lahat ng, well, kahit naman dati, Charity, I really love my wife so much, Ana, no? Lahat naman ng mga kanyang mga request, sabi niya nung nagkasakit siya, Don, I want to travel. Okay, let's go.
Yeah,
Diba?
I remember that.
Yeah, I
remember
haven't
that.
been to this place, been to that place. And, it was financially draining too. Pero sabi ko, it's the memories that we create. That's
Yeah.
what's most important at that point because we have only this time left in our
I want to capture that tone of acceptance, even when she was still fighting the battle. That to me, the metaphor is always when you're in a cancer journey, this road can lead to complete cure. But there's this other road that maybe it's time for her to live her eternal life. Parang there's that note of acceptance
Yes.
in your voice.
Yes, exactly. The way I felt about it, Charity, was that we leave it all up to the grander purpose
Yeah.
in the universe, no. So I felt if there's something that can be done medically to cure her of the disease, I welcome that. But at the same time, we're prepared for whatever eventuality.
Yeah. Anna was very pragmatic about
Yes.
her situation.
Yes, especially that her type of breast cancer was, I was told, the most
Difficult.
aggressive one, the negative,
Triple negative, yeah.
negative type. No? So we were optimistic, but at the same time, we were practical about things that, it couldn't work in our favor.
Yeah, I really want to capture this moment because it's not every day where you meet a love giver. And even Anna, I've spent a considerable amount of time with her. That there's that hope and optimism, but there's also that practicality. She's so grounded that things might not work in my favor.
Yes.
So she would always talk about preparation.
Yes.
So I want to ask you, how old were the kids then?
Oh, way back in 2014, Dana, our eldest was, she was born 99, so she was 15. Cheska was 13, and Vito was like,
Teenagers.
yes, 10.
Wow.
Oo.
Wow. So you mentioned earlier that you communicated with them what their mom's disease were.
Yeah, we did. No? Anna tried so hard to explain to the kids as a medical professional. No? It's hard for a layman like me to explain it that way.
Yeah.
So it was Anna who was the one who explained to the kids that the same way that she should probably talk to you about cancer. It's something that it's an uphill battle. It's an uphill climb, so to speak. But at the end of the day, we'll try to opt for the best treatment possible.
Yeah.
Like that, and of course we ask the kids to pray with us every night. That was one thing that we also cherished at that time doing.
Yeah, that's brings back a lot of memories. What were the most challenging conversations that Anna, because she's the type who would not censor even hard conversations, right?
Yeah.
So even with me, parang nagugulat ako minsan. So what were the hard conversations that you can recall that she just sprang on you and you had no other way but to deal with it? Kwento mo na yung sulat. Dali.
Yun nga yung sasabihin ko na. But napanood mo yung Queen of Tears?
Oo.
Diba? Sa Queen of Tears kasi, I'm a K-drama. And it helped me. It helped me also in coping with grieving. In that drama, yung Queen of Tears, di ba? Sumulat si Jiwon. What was the name of her character there?
Hain.
Sumulat siya kay dun sa husband. Baek Hyun-woo. Kay Hyun-woo. Sabi niya, sinulat niya yung mga wishes niya na pag mag-aasawa ka, ganyan-ganyan, wag sana masyadong soon, sana mag-grieve ka muna sa akin, mga ganyan-ganyan. So it brought back a whole lot of memories with that film because Anna also wrote her dying wishes. Essentially, I remember that 6. And in that note, sabi niya lang sa akin kasi, Charity, Don, when I'm gone, tsaka mo lang basahin yung diary ko. Sabi ko. So, sabi ko, okay, that's your wish. Kasi lahat naman ng wish niya. Sinunod ko. Para walang guilt feelings, di ba? So, yun. When she passed away, doon ko lang nabasa yung mga gusto niya. Essentially, it's like to take care of the emotional needs ng kids, which I did. To buy the BMW that I've always dreamed of. I already did that. Tapos, to forget about her, that one's hard to do even until now. And the other one is to find a girl, etc., etc. No? Which really it was so hard to fathom at that time. So yung mga ganong difficult questions namin, conversations, we do that when we're about to sleep, no?
Yeah.
And of course, pagka ikaw naman nandun sa ganong sitwasyon, you try to put it aside, no? Parang, ikaw naman, wag na natin pag-usapan yan, ganyan. Please lang.
Very
No,
male.
but sabi niya, no, Don, but I'm serious about it. Sabi niya ganyan. So, well, ikaw naman, how are you going to respond to that, diba? Baka naman pag sinabi mo, sige, pagkatapos, mag-asawa ulit ako, hindi, sinampal ako nun, diba?
Yeah, but
just kidding.
Anna is really the type who would think about all these things.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I recall you were having lunch and she shared with me that one of her dreams is for you to buy your dream car. Because sabi niya, Don has always put our needs above his. So parang I want him to have that because everything that he earned, it really goes to the family. So I remember that, sabi ko, I remember my reaction was, bait mo naman. But, this is a testament of how a patient still thinks of, they become sensitive to the needs of the husband. Cancer has a lot of emotional phases, Don, right? What would be one of the most emotional moment or phase in her cancer journey that you were really like super affected?
Oh, that was, I think, 2018, around February. And then we were trying to find an alternative mode of dealing with the disease. So we went into some sort of a healing priest. No? And then when she was,
Being prayed
over, and then she came into this consciousness. She saw herself in that vision of hers, and after that, she mentioned to me that sabi niya, Don, I'm not gonna make it. Wow. So parang she already had a premonition on what's going to happen. And true enough, after 5 months, she lapsed into a coma.
Yeah.
I
want to really talk about this because, but before that, I want to apologize. I think I'm triggering some emotions.
No, it's okay. It's part of, I treat this as part of my healing journey as well. Kasi if you're able to talk freely about, a loved one, then it means that slowly you're healing.
Yes.
And I'm okay. I'm comfortable with this.
Oh, thank you so much.
Don't mind me if you see me with tears in my eyes.
Yeah, I actually can see it from where I am. Are you okay to talk about, the thing that happened when she went into coma?
Yeah.
Okay, so Anna experienced what other cancer patients, or not even cancer patients, people who get into an accident. We call it NDE. It's called near-death experience, where the soul of the person literally leaves the body. And to my recollection, she remembered days before that, she was seeing huge people in the room. Huge beings. And at the time, she didn't know that they were angels, actually. So for those of you who are watching and you hear about these things, I will tell you now it's true. No? So Anna told me days before that, she saw like big beings. And grabe siya. She was trying to ask her mom to capture it, diba? And I recall that, and this is how practical Anna is, huh? she knew she was going, and she had like requested for someone to play violin in her room.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Tatandaan ko yun. So, because she said, and this is one of the things I really learned from her, that a dying person would want to parang feel like it's a happy moment. So she requested for a violinist.
Yes, a violinist. Jeremy Dadap.
Oh, see? So, and this is a testament that Anna's way so advanced, because I learned about these things probably 6 years after we met, no? So, and then she just found herself in the presence of whom we call God, no? And she clearly said that God is not, has the profile of a person, no?
No form.
No form, but really just this big, huge light. Yeah,
Yes.
but it's not, hindi siya nakakasilaw.
Hindi.
That's her term. And I remember that she said all she felt was she was really loved. No? However, biglang, parang she decided, I want to stay here na. I don't want to go back to my body, because at the time, she was unable to walk anymore.
She was in pain, etc.
Yeah. But I think at some point, she was told it wasn't her time. And the mandate was to prepare her children. And when she heard that, she heard the children crying. And at that instant, parang her soul went back to her body. So, hindi ko ma-imagine yung scene sa hospital.
Oh my gosh. You put it so vividly, and I recall now again how it was, and that was very, very accurate, Charity. It's like yun na nga. Ano nga siya, nag near death experience nga siya, and her description of how she saw the supreme being was like, oh, ganun pala yun. Na parang ayaw niya na raw umalis. There was this light, tama ka, tapos hindi siya burning light. Yung parang, alam mo yung tumapat ka sa araw, tapos it's so blissful, it's so refreshing that you don't want to leave anymore. Because in there was no pain, there was no sorrow. It was just
Pure bliss.
pure bliss. Yes, that's how she described it. After that, when she recovered, right, kinukwento niya sa akin yung Charity. Sabi niya ganyan, Don, alam mo ba kung bakit ako bumalik pa? Sabi ko, bakit? Sabi niya, it's for the kids. Sabi niya, bakit? Sabi niya, well, kasi kung hindi na ako bumalik, if I stayed there, my kids will hate God.
Yeah.
They will hate Him for
I'm
all
having
eternity.
goosebumps.
Yeah,
Because
sabi niya.
Anna was saying she wanted the kids to see the hand of God
Yes.
in your
Yes.
lives,
Yes.
even if she was going through that phase,
Yes.
right? And when she was like negotiating to stay or not to go, or to go, parang the thought in her head was, if I die now, my kids have been praying to God that I get well.
Yeah.
Baka they will hate God.
Pag hindi tinupad
Parang
yung
unanswered
dasal,
prayer.
yes,
No?
dasal.
So, and Don, what's very, very vivid in my mind is Anna knew for certain that her time was also limited.
Yes.
That she would need to prepare the kids and she will have to go.
Yes. That's exactly how it happened.
Wow. This is a
Yeah.
first. And she spent the whole time spending time with you,
Yes.
traveling
Yes.
with the kids. I mean,
Traveling with the kids.
snippets of you going to Ross Boulevard, I
Oh, yeah.
remember,
Yeah.
in a wheelchair. And at the same time, she would ask me to visit terminally ill patients and would talk to them about not being afraid to die. I remember we visited a patient in St. Luke. He was dying. And Anna, while in a wheelchair, still managed to come near the bed because he was already parang in and out of consciousness. And I saw her whisper to the patient. And then after a while, I was just seeing the patient tearing up. And the patient was already in comatose, right? So after we left, we prayed, then we left. I asked her, kasi nasa canteen kami ng St. Luke's QC. Sabi ko, Anna, what did you tell the patient? I just told the patient, it's okay. It's not scary. That you're going to a beautiful place. And I said, that must be the reason why the guy was tearing up. And, shortly after we left, I think a day after, he peacefully passed away. So this is really capturing that in whatever point of life you're in, whether you're in a challenging position or facing your own challenge, you can still be of help and service to other people. Then I can imagine the tough balancing act that you need to do, right? Being strong for the family and Anna, earning money because it's not cheap to go through the cancer journey. How did you find moments of peace or relief amidst the stress and the sadness? What were some, practical things that you were doing that probably our audience can also learn from?
Ano kasi ako, Charity. I'm a home person. I'm a body talaga. So I find joy with being with Anna, most of all, and the kids. So those small moments, not really the big moments, no. I always try to rationalize things this way. That we have to find joy in the small things, no? Because if you keep on waiting for joy in the big things, it could happen few and far between, or it could not happen at all, right?
Yeah.
So ako, my moments of peace was essentially when we have these deep conversations.
Really?
With Anna. Anna kasi is a very good conversationist.
Yeah.
Right? And just simply talking about anything under the sun, it makes my soul complete.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's ako yung medyo natangtide. It's very uncommon for a Lovegiver, yung husband, who can, navigate and label the emotions that goes with the journey. But I think it was really your relationship with Anna kasi.
Oh yeah. Tsaka iba kasi, I figured, Charity, if I'm going to spend my time, I'm gonna do it with my family.
Yeah.
Kasi perhaps some other people will try to find solace with friends or I have my friends. I have my own set of friends. Pero alam naman nila yun. I would rather spend it with the family, 'di ba? Kaysa naman yung inuman ka sa mga kaibigan mo. Pero I find genuine joy kasi when I see the kids grow up, when I see Anna happy, na magdadala ka lang ng mga pagkain. The small things. And makita mo lang na masaya sila, makes me happy as well.
And Anna loved having people at home.
Yes,
diba?
yes.
So, that's one of her. To her, parang kesa lumabas, she'd rather have people at home.
That's true.
Don, let's talk about support system because any cancer patient should really have a very strong support system. In your case, who were the key people that really supported you and Anna throughout this journey?
We have our close-knit friends. That's, I think, the number one support group that we had. We call our group the Tanders. Kasi they've been our friends from law school days. No? So, they have been our key support group. Of course, we have our family as well, Anna's family, my family. Anna found about you guys.
Yeah.
Our journey, the cancer journey, became so much easier when Anna also had her own support group. In addition to her existing ones, no?
Yeah.
Yung na-complement niya lahat eh.
Yeah.
Kumbaga si Anna, all bases covered na.
Yeah. And probably, this is very natural for the patient to be able to share some things with her own support group who speaks the same language, but not necessarily share with the family, right? So, asking help. Not a lot of people find it very natural to ask help. But the cancer journey is so difficult. It's really full of burdens, financial, emotional. How did asking help sit with you? Did you welcome it, like accept the good? Or were you the type na no, I will not accept help?
To be sure, Charity, I didn't ask for it. No. But when Anna was hospitalized, help came naturally.
Grabe, no?
Grabe. It was the outpouring of support and help from people that you don't even know that they're there in the first place. That from my point of view, I didn't know that he or she existed. And she just mentioned that, oh, I'm Anna's friend from way back, etc. So I have a different way of looking at it, Charity. No? I still think that it's God's hand.
Yeah.
Because God naman wouldn't appear right in front of you. Oh, this is the help that you're asking.
Yeah. He uses
people. He uses instruments for His goodness, right? Though, alam mo, Charity, ito lang. Imagine how blessed we were. I've told this to my closest friends. No, during the time that Anna was hospitalized, I was already preparing for what? Minimum siguro, if I could be very candid with this group, minimum siguro, what, 2-3 million? Yung mga gagastusin mo, ganun diba? So I was preparing that. I was already thinking about, which car will I sell first? which watch would I be selling, right? So when Anna was hospitalized and throughout her treatment, yes. Would you believe that, we experienced a miracle there as well? Because wala kaming nagastos.
Wow.
A lot of friends were, more than willing to help. It was really a miracle that we were able to navigate. Yes, we were able to navigate the financial side of things in her cancer journey. So
God's help is manifested through people.
Yes.
People you do not know, people you will meet. In what ways do you continue to honor Anna, your wife?
What we did was to establish a scholarship foundation in her name. Si Anna. In our own ways, we help less fortunate students, college students, to through their journey, in college. We've reached out to, I think, 4 or 5 students already.
Wow.
in different schools, different schools that I'm supporting until now. So hindi ko na kasi inaano yun eh. Hindi ko na pinapublicize because baka, it might be self-serving. Pero in our
baka dumaming humingi.
Yeah. I think the more lasting legacy that Anna left us is, just to be grateful about everything. Nung may sakit si Anna, Charity, ang setup namin is that kaming 5, Anna, I, and the 3 kids, magdadasal kami before going to sleep. And then, nire-require niya ni Anna yung 3 kids to name 10 things that they're grateful about.
Wow.
That's every night. Every night, Charity. And that ran for months. So si Vito, at that time, he was like, 13 years old. Minsan, yung mga things that he's thankful about, kung magpaulit-ulit na lang. Tapos naubos na talaga yung pinagpapasalamatan niya. Nagte-thank you siya because we have a cute dog. Nagkukwento siya nagpapasalamat siya because we have Ate Monet, the one who cooks our food. Yun, lahat. So, it helped us also with the grieving process, because it's an attitude of gratefulness. It's an attitude of gratitude that we have as a family.
What a beautiful legacy, right?
Yes.
Because a lot of times we tend to forget, and we are grateful for the big things. But mind you, in a cancer patient's life,
Yeah.
being able to drink water
Yes.
is a
It's
gift.
a challenge.
Yeah.
Yes.
Some cannot even swallow. Some cannot go to the bathroom on their own. So these are granular things
Yes.
that we are grateful for. But
Yes.
a beautiful legacy that Anna left with children
Yeah.
and with you, right? Let's talk about grief and healing, because honestly, parang I did not sense that you were grieving, right?
Oh.
Hindi
Wait,
siguro
when
halata.
you saw me kanina?
No naman. But some of us kasi went to see you during the wake.
Oh, yeah.
And everyone saying, "How's Attorney Don?" And they were like, "Okay naman, parang cool na cool." That was the term, no? And when we saw nga the page of Anna during her wake, parang it was really parang a live celebration.
Yes.
So, does that mean that you had really great strategies in navigating through your grief, or did that whole preparation that Anna made helped in the grieving process?
Well, in a way, but I couldn't really say it was a strategy. It's more of like trusting the grand purpose in life given to us. Sa akin, kasi Charity, no, a lot of us are too focused on controlling things, di ba? By a certain age, dapat ganito na yung na-achieve ko. Dapat yung mga anak ko graduate na. But, essentially, some things are beyond our control, di ba? And we yield to that greater purpose. I've always believed that there's a greater purpose, far grander than your own design.
Yeah.
And for me, it helped us a lot also that we were able to accept that. Pag nagkasakit kasi, Charity, isa pa yun. Like what I mentioned earlier, no? You tend to nitpick on things, di ba? Kasi parang, bakit si ganito? She's healthy.
Bakit yung masama, healthy?
Oo, yung mga masasamang mga mandurukot dyan o mandurugas dyan, buhay pa. Ako eto, I've served the Lord, etc. Ganyan. Di ba may mga ganun? Diba? So, we didn't entertain any of those thoughts. For us, life is a gift. It's a gift that we nourish, we nurture, no? And that same mentality, that same thought process goes, we ensure that the same goes through our children.
Yeah. I follow your life story. I see you on Facebook. I see how the kids are. I see it when you travel with the kids.
Yes.
I see it when you celebrate the kids being on their own, being independent. This whole process, are the kids freely talking about how they're grieving? Do you guys discuss it openly?
Yes. Ako, I try to reach out every now and then to my children. Iba kasi yung mga bata ngayon kumpara sa generation natin, Charity. I'm sure di naman tayo nagkakalayo ng generation. They're more expressive, especially in social media.
Yeah.
So, ako naman, fortunately, hindi naman ako binablock ng mga bata sa mga SOCMED accounts nila. So I see them once in a while in their stories, no, especially during Anna's birthday or Christmas, ganyan. So mag-story yung mga bata sa IG, for instance, at how I miss you, etc. I make it a point to reach out to them, no, and I tell them all the time that they have to process their emotions.
Yeah.
They have to process their grief. Do not skimp on that stage for them to grieve, no? Because ang mali kasi ng mga well, I don't know, karamihan siguro, no, is that they try to skimp on
Yeah.
grieving.
And they don't even talk about it.
They don't want to talk about it. They want to immerse themselves in work. And for me, that's a no-no. Ako, parati kong sinasabi na, oh, Dana, Chaska, you remember, ganito. I try to normalize conversations with regard to Anna.
Yeah,
do you remember
Yeah.
si mommy, ganito, ganito? Oh, this is mom's favorite food.
Yeah.
Oh, this is mom's favorite car, etc. So, you know, when you talk to them freely about Anna, it makes them, you know, oo nga.
You
Dati si
create a
Anna.
safe space
Yes.
for them to be able to talk about.
talk
Because
about, yes.
culturally, with us, when someone dies,
Yeah.
you can hardly even mention
Mention the name, yes.
But you're
Ganon.
saying in your case, you would
Yes.
call it out, you would point out, oh, this is mommy's favorite food.
Yes. Yes.
That's a great
and
way.
I failed to mention Charity kasi we had our house renovated. Tapos, yung design concept ng lahat sa bahay, we took into consideration how Anna would want it
If
to
she
be.
were-
if she were still there.
Yeah.
Oh, ganito, gusto ni mommy to, ganyan. So, you know, they're part of the decision-making process also. And we feel na, mom was with us all throughout.
Yeah. So I always say that when you grieve, you don't move on, you move forward
Correct.
with your loved one.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
How has all of this changed? You being a love giver to Anna, going and being a recipient of God's grace. I know lawyers are kind of mentally wired differently, right? You know, anong evidence nito or ganyan. You are very logical and rational, but how has this changed? The goodness of God being given to you through other people, but the hard and sad fact of losing someone you love. How has this changed you as a human being?
If you could put it this way, compassionate. I've become more sensitive to other people's needs, no? Especially my children. I try to put their needs above mine. I've always been like that, Charity. No? But with death comes the lesson that we're not here forever.
Permanently.
Yes,
Yeah.
permanently. And for me, it should be a lesson for everyone to endeavor to make a difference in other people's lives, to inspire people. That's how Anna would have wanted things to be.
Wow.
And would have wanted me to do it also, no? And you know, just being able to be of service to other people and make a difference in their lives, I think that's what we're here for.
Yeah, true. So, a lot of our audience, cancer patients, cancer survivors, and like you, love givers, what advice would you give them if, let's take the similar condition that you went through, where you were caring for a terminally ill patient? Like, what advice would you give them in reference to hope and in reference to acceptance and surrender?
When I was a young lawyer in my early career as a litigator, I tend to focus on acquiring things. Diba? Gusto ko bago yung kotse ko, bago yung damit ko, bago yung watch ko, etc. But like I said, no, when a loved one experiences that, your mindset radically changes. So I was no different. It radically changed my perspective in life. You tend to question, what is our purpose here? What are we here for? And for me, that's the riddle of life that a lot of us try to solve.
Yeah.
Try to solve. And right now, Charity, siguro I'm in that stage already that I've found my purpose. I've found my purpose. And I just want to eventually, the way Anna died, no? During her wake, marami nga nagsasabi na, oh, I want to die like how Hannah did it, no? And for me, it occurred to me that grabe yung impact ni Anna.
Yes.
It's so much so that her life, our family life, was made into
Yes.
a
MMK?
ano ba yun? Telenovela?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's just one episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yung
Was it in GMA?
it's in GMA. I
Yeah.
forgot na
I
tapos may
remember.
documentary pa kami.
Yeah.
Yung sa investigative documentary. So I figured, sabi ko, okay. Her life was complete.
Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah. Dawn, before we end, I just want to capture that final moment where you knew Anna was dying. And I was one of those who, kapal na mukha, asked Dawn, why is Anna not in the ICU? So I want to capture that, honoring the wishes of a dying loved one. And I knew you honored every single wish that she wanted, like no ICU.
Yeah, no
I
intubation.
want no intubation, no resuscitation.
Yeah.
This acronym I got from Anna. AND, all natural death.
I didn't know that.
She would tell me,
She mentioned that.
Cha, dapat prepared. If you already know. And this, again, is another lesson from Anna. The patient knows. The patient knows that her body is starting to slowly, kumbaga sa computer, shut down.
Yeah.
No? So, let's go for an all-natural death. 6 years after, I was studying end of life, and that was mentioned. All natural death. Parang I could imagine Anna's face telling me, oh, di ba I told you?
Nakakatuwa nga siya. Kasi, for us Filipinos or in some other cultures, death is like a sad moment. Diba?
Yeah.
Pero one thing that Anna taught us is death can be a beautiful experience as well. So, sabi niya sa akin, there's no need to worry. I was like that in her deathbed. I was crying. We were crying. The kids were crying. And then the last words that she mentioned to me, that she uttered in her mouth, Dawn, everything's gonna be okay.
Wow.
That's it. Tapos, and then after that, she closed her eyes, and then eventually she passed. So, those words are still fresh in my memory. And at that time, of course, it was difficult to comprehend. How can this be okay? How can I'm losing my, my beloved, the only person that I've loved with all my heart, and she was going. So, of course, after a few, years, eventually, it became okay. I'd like to think that, I'm still grieving up to this very moment. Pero I'm doing the things now that I love doing, that I'm functional. Hindi na ako I'm not an emotional wreck anymore, diba? So, of course, it was a stage that I had to go through. And it was difficult, to say the very least. Pero yun na nga, tama naman si Anna. Everything went okay.
Yeah, because now I see the kids.
Yes.
2 are done
Yes.
with the university, but are pursuing
postgraduate
studies, and Vito is in
college. Yeah, no, but not more than their educational achievements. No, I'm happy with how they became, no, as a human being. I'm proud, very proud, more than their achievements or in the field of education. It's how they are as a person. They're compassionate, no? They can reach out to people in their own ways.
Yeah.
So for that alone, I'm very proud.
Yeah. Don, I recall one of your posts, and it was a portion of Anna's wishes. And you were joking about the fact that, look, I have an evidence that Anna said, I can love again. Lahat kami parang, hala, baka may i-announce si Don. No? But have you entertained the thought of, have you gone out on dates and all of that? Oh, really?
Yeah. Although I feel na my kids are not yet ready, especially the girls.
I'm sure. I am sure.
Especially the girls. But, ano naman yun, it's not something that you force.
Yeah.
Diba?
It's going to happen at the right time.
Yes. And it's not something that you actively look for. For me, kasi ano naman ako, I'm okay naman.
Your hands are full with the three kids.
Full with the 3 kids and
work.
And work, yeah. And I'm enjoying my my hobbies, my preoccupations.
Yeah.
I'm into basketball again, my first love, and I think I'd like to think that I'm doing well.
Thank you. It's very seldom that we have someone in our podcast, a male, who can express freely. Why do you think stories like this, stories of love, loss, and moving forward, why is it important to share stories like this?
I have lots of friends, acquaintances who are also suffering from the same ailment as your group has experienced, no? And I feel that if they can listen to me now, that they can deal with the challenges that come their way when faced with this kind of disease. And I've always imbibed what Anna told me when she was sick, that if we can make things easier for other patients, then we might as well do it, because cancer is no joke. It's something that you really suffer.
Yeah.
You have a lot of issues that you deal with every day. So if it's something that could ease the burden on the part of the cancer patients, then by all means we should do it.
Yeah. And I also believe that our journey is not just for us, right? It's for other people. It can be someone else's survival guide, right? Don, I want to close with, and this is going totally off script. I want to close with what Anna's last words were. Everything's gonna be okay. And it's been what?
5.5 years.
5.5 years.
Yes.
Can you honestly say that to people who are in it right now and who couldn't comprehend that everything's gonna be okay, can you honestly say that it will really be okay at some point?
Yes. My family and I are living proof of that. It's gonna be okay. It's God's word. It's God's promise. I'm not a religious guy, Charity. You know that. But with what happened to our family, it's something very, very deep that it couldn't have been done without God's hand in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hindi ako naniniwala na talagang ano lang yun. It's by chance. It was God's work. He was always there with us.
That's so encouraging, because in life, as we go through difficult moments like cancer or any lifelong limiting illness or other challenges, we tend to not see the hand of God in painful moments.
Yeah.
But here you are saying, all throughout, God was there.
I can confidently say,
Wow. Wala akong masabi, wow ng
Hindi ako
wow.
religious, ha? I don't even go to mass on Sundays. Pero I know that there's God.
I started with this podcast mentioning that this is the first time Don and I are meeting face to face
Yeah.
while we have been friends since Anna started getting sick. But what I am taking as we wrap up today's heartfelt episode, Don, is you go through highs and lows, right? God sends you the right people to be able to get you through until everything's okay. And I really just want to thank you for trusting our safe space,
Oh, thank you.
for being vulnerable, and for really being able to shed light that in your darkest moments, God will literally carry you through those moments. And I am hearing this from you, that in whatever pain you went through, you found your purpose in life, to continuously trust in the greater purpose.
Yep.
Okay,
Amen.
so thank you, Don.
Thank you, Charity.
As we wrap up today's heartfelt episode, we've explored the incredible journey of attorney Don Kapunan, an inspiring love giver who navigated the depths of loss, love, and healing, from the profound moments of care during his wife's battle with cancer to the enduring love he now channels into raising his children. His story teaches us about the power of resilience, the true meaning of honoring a loved one's legacy. Today, we touch upon 3 poignant points: the strength of a love giver like attorney Don Kapunan, sharing the emotional and physical challenges he faced while providing unwavering support for his wife during her illness. Preparing loved ones, we learned about the delicate and essential process of preparing his children for the eventual loss of their mother, ensuring that they felt supported and understood even now as they go through their own grief. And of course, living beyond loss. Attorney Don Kapunan is a testament that he continues to honor Anna Kapunan, her memory, by nurturing their children with the same love and strength he knew from her, demonstrating how to live a life filled with purpose and meaning even after a profound loss. So thank you for joining us on the Life Doula Podcast. If today's conversation touched your heart, remember to subscribe and leave us a review. Your support helps us share more meaningful stories like this. And don't forget to tune in into our next episode, where we will be diving on another love giver's journey and a cancer survivor's journey. You won't want to miss it. Stay strong, stay inspired, and continue to live life with purpose. Until next time, this is Charity, reminding you to cherish every moment and live your truth. As Anna Kapunan said, everything will be okay.